Today's podcast is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. If your property gets damaged by a storm, it's nice to know there's a Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent in your hometown who's committed to making things right. Rain or shine, you can count on the great coverage and personal service you expect from Kentucky's insurance company. To request a free quote, find your local KFB insurance agent at mykfbagent.com. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Matt, it's another great day.
It's always a great day.
Because why?
Because the legend has appeared. He is here.
The Duke's here?
No, Tim.
Tim Thornberry's here.
How's it going, Tim? What have you been up to?
Oh, man, you just wouldn't believe it. I've been traveling and talking to folks and visiting. Hey, you know what I did the other day?
Tell us.
I recorded a podcast in the field.
Yes, so we...
Techie Tim.
Tim's got a lot of nicknames that some we won't say here on the podcast.
Of course not.
But the two of them that we use, we call him Timfluencer. Because
understandably.
He's totally an influencer. And then I did this one. It's not as good. The audio Tim Janier. Is that not as good? That's mostly the reaction I get when I do when I say that. But Tim, we got him a little podcast, little setup. So he goes, when he's hitting the farm and he thinks he's got himself a podcast, he sits him down and does it all. And he's getting some good stories out in the field.
I hope so. It's, it's always a learning experience with all this technical stuff.
So when you brought it back and gave it to Austin, we do have confirmation that you did in fact hit record, right? Like
I did.
Okay, just checking.
I knew that before I left the farm.
There it is.
Let's give that a listen back.
Yeah.
Austin found a pretty simple setup, and Tim's kicking butt.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to get out there, and so far, people sort of think it's cool.
Yeah.
They're somewhere where they're comfortable.
Yeah. That has to help.
And so, you're sort of in their environment. You just give them some headphones and a microphone to hold and say, let's just have a little fun with this and talk.
Yeah, so the thinking is Tim's been recording interviews. He has to pull quotes, right? I mean, you've been recording it off phones or other recorders through your career. And I was like, well, we can just try a little harder and just, do, in the sense of like the equipment being a little more,
right.
A little more to it, and just do you and do what you do. So we're excited for this one. This one's going to be a pretty fun story.
It's different. It's different. I was on a 2-day trip to West Kentucky, and one of the stops was with a young lady. I met her and her family while they were at the state fair, and they were showing dairy goats. And I got to be honest with you, I've never been to a dairy goat show before.
How was it?
Oh, man, it was great. It was great. Now, obviously, you're not dealing with an animal as big as a cow or a horse, as we do in my family, but the focus that these exhibitors had, and especially this one, her name is Montana Fehd, and man, I tell you what, she was all about this. And as I learned more about her, I understood why. She may be 14, but she's been doing this since she was 3 years old. So,
wow.
It's just sort of amazing to see these young people do what they do and the dedication they have to it. And she certainly was one of them.
Renee, you know something about showing things. Right?
I've shown a thing a time or two. Mine is not haltered and it doesn't have to be milked. So the workload is very different.
Right.
We laugh about this a lot. When I'm a second week of state fair kind of gal. It's when all the market animals are there,
Yeah.
And I had to, when I got in this job, do the first week. And that's a lot of your dairy shows. So your dairy cows, your dairy goats, different things. I learned a lot. They gotta be there real stinking early. Like, we're there early and dropping some feed, and then like checking things out. They're like milking things. And they do day of clipping. We don't do day of clipping. I mean, there's a lot of things they do that I'm like, man, oh man, it's just different. It's cool.
It is very different. And these dairy goats, I'm a big goat cheese fan, by the way. And goat milk soap let me tell you, this complexion I have,
Now we get it.
I have goat milk soap to thank for that.
Here's the Timfluencer.
That's influencer.
So that's
Use my promo code. Get 15% off.
it's not like I didn't know a little bit about that, but being around as Livestock, as a show person, as somebody, it's not just about showing. This 14-year-old is all about the breeding end of it, the business end of it, and I'm sitting there just blown away, listening to her there on their farm and her talking about genetics and how much money can be made and how interested she is. And I'm just going, are you sure you're just 14?
Yeah, right.
This is not what you were like at 14?
No.
Me neither.
That's another podcast.
That's a whole nother
We
podcast.
won't get into that today.
Well, I think this is amazing. This is 2 in a row, Tim. You've been in West Kentucky. At least when you recorded the last one, and then this one you were in West Kentucky. So starting to get used to Central Time. I kind of like it.
Well, Central Time always throws me off a little bit. When I'm coming home, I'm going, what time zone am I? But it was fun, and I will say this on a serious note: we got to get this younger generation involved.
Mm-hmm.
We got to make it easier for them to get on the farm and stay on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, showing livestock's one thing, but being out there, I was surrounded by combines and running all hours of the night, and livestock. I mean, cattle, beef cattle everywhere. If we don't get these young people involved and find a way to keep them on the farm, we got some problems.
Right. Right.
We got some problems. And to sit and interview somebody like this and see how interested they're in and know that they're going to spend their whole life doing this,
Very cool.
man, it makes you feel a little bit better about it.
Cool.
Well, we don't need to hold people back
I'm
from
ready.
the goat of dairy goat. No? All right. Well, I tried to throw in the...
got it.
The greatest of all.
That's the youngest one in here. I tried to throw in the dad joke. Nobody liked it.
It was a good joke.
That was a good joke. I'm laughing on the inside.
Oh, thanks, Tim. All right. Without further ado, I'm Renee Carrico.
And I'm Matt Hilton.
I am Timmy Thornberry.
And this is
Let's Get
Rural.
Welcome to the podcast, Montana. For our listeners out there, please tell us who you are and anything you want to say about yourself.
Well, my name is Montana Fehd, and I have been raising dairy goats since I was about 3 years old. And we just got professionally into it in about 2018, showing and raising them.
That's great. Now, I know when we talked before, now, for folks that don't know, Montana and I already know each other. And we talked at State Fair, and State Fair was a little crazy. And so I'm at their farm today in Henderson County. And I don't think she'll mind that I'm telling you that she's 14 years old.
Yep.
So I say that because she is pretty phenomenal at what she does. And she's very shy, so we're going to have to try to get her to talk a whole lot. But tell me a little bit about the goats that you have.
I think last time I counted them, it was about 16 of them. We have 4 males, which we call them bucks, and that would mean we have 12 does.
What are they, a particular breed?
Yes, they're Nigerian dwarfs.
Why Nigerian dwarfs? I'll be honest with you. I never heard of them till State Fair. I never heard of them till I think your grandpa said, my granddaughter shows goats and you don't do goat stories. Well, guess what? We're doing a goat story. Is there a particular reason for that breed?
Do you want me to tell you the whole story?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I said I got into goats when I was 3 years old. We originally had Nubians, which those are the ones you usually see, and they have floppy ears, and they're real big, and they have like a Roman nose.
Yep.
Let's just say I got ran over a few times.
They do run. Are they mean?
No, they're not mean. It's just the one we had.
They're just big.
They're big, and I was like
3.
I was 3. So walking them around, playing with them wasn't the easiest.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got ran over a few times. So my mom's friend, Sharon, had a couple Nigerian dwarves, and we went to her house to pick up something. I don't remember what it was. I was 3. So I was like, oh my goodness, I love these little itty bitty baby goats. And I'm pretty sure we bought the exact ones that she had.
How big do they get when they're grown?
Does get 22.5 inches and bucks get 23.5 inches.
So they're not big.
No.
Easy to handle.
Very.
And I would assume easy to, and we'll talk about this in a minute, easy to transport?
Yeah. You can put them in the back of your car. You want to take a few?
No, but thank you though. There's enough stuff in the back of my car right now. I don't think I can put a goat or 2 back there. So you're a veteran show person then. If you started at 3, so you've been doing this longer than some people ever do it in a career. How does that make you feel? Do you ever think of yourself as being a tried and true veteran show person?
No, I still kind of feel kind of new to it sometimes.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of our friends at Show and ADGA are my friends. They're like around 40 years old, so they've been in it since they were my age.
Yes.
So they're veterans.
I see. Well, now I watched you at State Fair. You looked like you had a pretty good handle on it out there. You seemed very conscious of what you were doing, very confident in what you were doing.
It's all just an act. It's just an act.
Always paying attention to the animals and watching the judge. I got a picture of you, but you eyeballing that judge.
The death stare.
The death stare. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, they call it the Montana death stare. They go, quit doing that to the judge.
Well, I think you did pretty well at the State Fair,
Yeah.
didn't you? Tell me, how well did you do?
Well, I got Supreme Showman overall in showmanship, and then I got Junior Champion, which is like with the Nigerians, like their breed. Candy, who I showed, she got Grand Champion.
Grand Champion, that's a big deal, isn't it? Did you expect it?
Yeah, I kind of did.
There's that confidence. I saw it. I saw it at State Fair. I knew it was there. Where do you gain that confidence? Is it just doing this over?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa. I've only talked to him, but I can see that, you know. But having done it so long, does that give you a sense of comfort when you get into the show ring?
Kinda. I mean, most of the shows we go to, except nationals, it's just like we're hanging out with our friends, walking in the ring, showing our goats, trying to win to prove our goats and prove how like good they are. And it's just natural. It's just fun, and yeah, it's just fun.
Do you find that you explain a lot of what you do to some of your friends, maybe those that don't show, and they go, "You do what? Is that what?" Do they give you that look? You show what?
They don't really. I told them about how much money I make, and then they were all like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." But
You can make money at this?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
We used to show pigs, and we didn't make any money until we sold the pig.
Well, we get the money when we sell the kids, or we like sell a goat or something like that. And then in 4-H, showing pays, like State Fair pays and a few other fairs pay.
Let's talk about 4-H a minute.
Okay.
You're a member?
I'm the president of the Livestock.
The president of Henderson County?
Yes.
4-H?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I just got elected last night.
This is an exclusive, folks. I'm talking to the new president.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Pretty good. I bribed the little kids with cupcakes and cookies. They voted for me.
I don't think you were supposed to say that, but that's okay.
Oh, no.
I was a 4-H'er. That was a
Really?
long long time ago. But it was fun. And I love 4-H. Now, I've seen more of the equine side of it later in life, but, it's just 4-H and FFA and all those student organizations like that. They really do a lot for the students. So now you're president. What's that mean?
It means I'm president.
This sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It is. I run the meetings and just coordinator of it. My mom's the leader, so.
Do you get one of those green jackets?
No. Unfortunately, I do not.
When do you get a green jacket? What do you have to do to get a green jacket? 4-H people out there.
I'm pretty sure it's for 4-H representative that
Gotcha.
they do that and they get their jackets.
Well, regardless of the jacket, it's a great organization, and I've got the exclusive.
I'm working on it. We can get jackets though.
I've got the exclusive interview with the new president here in Henderson County, just so all you folks out there know that. So let's get back to the goats. Now, there's something that I know about you that is very interesting. And I think it's a little uncommon for someone your age. I'm not making fun of your age. But you, genetics-wise, you know more about goats than most people who've had goats around for years. Where does that come from? When did that start?
I don't know, about maybe 2 years ago, I got really, really invested in it. And it's when one of my friends, Jill Pritchett, she started talking to me about all of that and how genetics work. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I was going to start studying them, and I did. And eventually I just it memorized.
Is that interesting? I guess it is to you.
I know most of the goats, most of their names and how far back they go and stuff like that.
That's got to help. I mean, you said a while ago when you sell the kids, and for those folks out there who don't know what a kid is, that's not a person. That's what you call a baby goat.
Yes.
I would say that helps you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Genetics plays a big part in selling them, plus show winnings, but most people look at genetics, even though sometimes you can have the best genetics and have the most ugliest kid. It works with people too.
I didn't say that. Well, that's just like any other livestock, though. Genetics plays a huge role in when it comes to cost and what you get and what people are looking for. So, how does a young person such as yourself at this age become so involved in the breeding end of the business?
I don't know. I just think about the kids that will be born, and if I can breed a national champion and get famous and sell a spotlight cell kid, and I think the record this year was 27,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm in the wrong business. That's very interesting. It's got to make you feel good when you do have a kid out here, and it's genetically it's great and it looks good, and you sell it, and it's going on its way to do great things. How does that make you feel? It's
pretty good.
Almost like the parent, isn't it?
Yeah, if I have a kid that good, though, I'll probably keep it.
Well, I see. Now, you do a lot of traveling, too.
Yes.
Now, just since State Fair, where all have you been?
We've only been to 2 shows since State Fair. DuQuoin State Fair.
Where is that?
DuQuoin, Illinois.
Illinois. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And then we went to Nashville Fair, which is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. And you got some stuff coming up, too, don't you?
Yes, we're going to a show in Ohio. I have no clue. It was a last-minute thing.
Last-minute thing?
I was told, I think last night, that, we're signing up for a show. Give me your papers so I can put them in so we can go to Ohio for the weekend.
That sounds like us with horses. Yeah. Just, here we go. We're going.
Yep.
And then after that?
Washington, Indiana, which is a small show. We usually have fun. We go out to eat, and it's just a good show. That show is. And then the next show, we're going to a junior show, which is just dry does and bucks.
What is a dry doe?
Not a milk.
Gotcha. We're going to talk about milk and goat milk and cheese and all that good, yummy stuff here in a minute. Don't let me forget.
And then North American.
North American.
Yes.
Let's talk about North American.
Okay.
That is like the granddaddy of them all, isn't it? Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
You've been there before.
I have.
Have you won there before?
No.
Oh, there's a challenge here, folks. I hear it coming. There's people from all over the maybe world. I know they're all over the country that are there. So how's that make you feel when you're in that kind of arena with the best of the best?
To be honest, back when I started going to North American wasn't back in 2018.
Yeah.
I think it was our first year that we went.
So you were young.
Yeah, I had just turned 8.
8 years old, showing at the North American Livestock Expo. I probably didn't call all the names to this right, but anyway, listeners out there know what I'm talking about. So, how are you more comfortable now than you were when you were 8 years old out there?
I think I'm less comfortable.
You know a little bit more about it, don't you?
Yeah.
So what happens when you get there? North American's big and there's lots of stuff going on, and whenever I'm there, I can never see it all. So what happens when you get there?
Well, the dairy goat side of it's pretty small.
Yeah?
Not a lot are showing, except like some people from Florida area, they still show and they still kid out during that time, so their does are freshly in milk, and
Tell me what kid out is.
their goats kidding with kids giving birth.
They are with children.
Yes.
Hey, I'm new to goats. I know horses, okay? So go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
It's okay. Just not a lot of people show at North American, and it's kind of sad. And
You need more competition?
Yes.
Hey, folks, you heard it out there. We need more goats at North American to show.
dairy goats,
Dairy goats. Sorry. I got to get my goat.
market goats, and all that.
Something else.
Yeah.
But dairy goats are a small group.
Yeah, very.
Well, but still, you've got some pretty stiff competition out there, don't you?
Yep.
What gives you an advantage if you have an advantage in an arena like that? What is it? Your knowledge of breeding? Is it the fact that you've done it so long?
It's just if you got a good goat, if you're in that situation, like if it's a age class and by breed, if you have a good goat, then you're gonna win. If you have like the best goat in the class, then you're gonna win that.
Are you going to show the one that you won at State Fair with?
Candy, yeah, she's gonna be shown.
Candy's showing. Candy, the dairy goat, is showing. Can we talk to Candy later, maybe?
Yeah.
We want to get a little soundbite from Candy, I think would be very good.
She doesn't talk a lot. She makes like a little growling sound.
Growling sounds are good. That's good. Is she going to be in your photo? We're going to do a photo later.
Yes, we'll talk about that on which ones you want to use in the picture.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, after North American, do you ever get a break from this? Do you just show all year long?
Well, this year it's going to be from April to November.
April to November. Then you get a little rest. Now, what do you do between November and the next April?
Well, December is like a little break. So that's usually when I get all like my breeding plans planned out, when I make a bunch of posts about how I won this year. And then January, we're starting kidding until May.
Okay. Now, when do you breed? How long does it take to have a kid?
Nigerians, since they're smaller, it takes 145 days, 5 months. And
Can they go more than once a year?
if you plan it out perfectly, yeah.
Yeah. Should you? Do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just because it's hard on them and I like to show them throughout the year.
Gotcha. At what age of these dairy goats do you start showing them?
You can start showing them at 2 months old.
2 months old.
Yeah.
Now,
Or even earlier than that.
I know what it's like to get a young horse in the show ring. It's not always pretty, but I don't know about dairy goats when they're that young. Is it more mass chaos?
So like the age groups are like for like the dry does, it goes juniors, intermediate, seniors, and then junior yearling and senior yearling.
Gotcha.
Everybody complains about junior kids because usually they're like bucking and screaming and crying and being dragged across the floor.
Sort of like the young horses.
Yeah.
And, or the young pigs. But that's okay. They have to get used to that. Do you see that these animals have to get used to the show ring just the same way as you had to get used to it?
Pretty much, except I don't cry and scream on the ground. I mean, if I lost when I was younger, yes, I did, but...
No crying and screaming now if you don't win.
No, just I get really quiet.
Okay. All right. So how do you train a dairy goat? I know a little bit about other animals, but I don't know about these. So if I ask a dumb question, say, Tim, you ask a dumb question there. How do you start with a kid that's 2 months old? How do you start getting them in the show ring, getting them show ready?
Well, I usually put mine on a little collar and a leash, and I drag them around the house.
You mean you walk them around the house, or do you really have to drag them? Do they around the house, outside the house?
The outside of the house, yes.
Okay.
Or in here because it's slick and they can just slide.
And we are in case you folks didn't know, you might hear a little echo. We were in a large sort of garage.
Yeah.
It's really big. I wish I had a garage this big. Anyway.
That's where we put our trailer and our milk stand in the truck and all that.
And so then, boom, you're ready to go.
Yep.
At a moment's notice. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you take them around the house. You just get them used to walking beside you. Mm-hmm. What does a judge look for when you get in the show ring?
Confirmation. On junior does, it's really like most judges look at their general appearance. So how generally good they look, if they look dairy, if they look deep, and if they look long and still like not too long that they look like a hot dog.
Do some of them look like hot dogs?
Yeah, I have one of them.
Oh, we got to see this later.
Yeah, her name's Ari.
Ari, the hot dog goat.
Yeah, she needs a little bit more depth, but we're working on that. Yeah. She just got off the bottle, so she's lost a little bit of weight, but she's still got grain.
You're 14. I said that. How long do you think you'll do this? Forever, the rest of your life?
Hopefully. It's pretty fun, and I like the people that do it.
That's good. And mom and dad know where you are every weekend because you're at a show, it sounds like.
Yep. Usually my mom's with me. My dad stays home to take care of the goats and the horse.
We have horses too here.
One horse.
One horse.
She's morbidly obese. You can see her.
You know, this is a great place, and it's a great place. I'm gonna be an adult here for a minute, Montana. It's great. And I know from experience that to have your children involved in something like this, it teaches them so much and teaches them discipline. And Montana knows more about goats and things that go with it in the show ring and traveling and fairs and than people that are my age. And I won't say how old I am, but that's really reassuring to someone my age to see someone like you so interested and so involved, because it's part of the agriculture industry. Did you ever think of it in those terms?
Nope, just me showing my goats.
Just you showing your goats. Well, you are part of the ag world, which is very important to all of us. Now, let's talk about goat milk and cheese.
Okay.
You got some of that here, right? Is that like a extra component of having the goats here?
So in Kentucky, you have to have a license to sell milk.
Gotcha.
So usually we don't sell anything because getting a license for it's like a whole bunch of steps.
I understand.
Yeah. So we used like the whole thing when we started off with Nubians because they're big producers.
A Nubian.
Yes.
Okay. Is that different than what we were talking about before? Pardon me for asking.
Those are the ones that ran me over.
That's right. You said that.
Yes.
All right. I'm catching up.
So since they had a lot of milk, my mom and her friend used to take the milk and make soap and sell it at the farmer's market.
Yes.
We no longer do that. And between showing and stuff, we don't.
I'm gonna tell a secret here. Okay.
Okay.
I use goat milk soap. It's great. Mm-hmm. By the way, fellas,
Have you tried any coffee goat milk soap?
No, but I'm telling you,
amazing.
guys, don't be ashamed. Don't be shy of it. It's okay. And it's really good stuff. Mm-hmm. The other thing I like, no, I don't like it. I love it. Goat cheese. Love it. I don't know why. I don't know why it's different, but I just do. So you experienced all that, huh?
Yeah. Since we're showing so much, like I said, we don't have a lot of time to do the soap and the cheese anymore. We used to make butter with it. It was really good.
I've never had goat milk butter. I bet it's good.
Well,
same thing like the cheese.
Better.
Now I'm hungry.
Same.
By the way, I'm going to plug my daughter-in-law. She buys me this blueberry goat cheese. Holy cow. That is just the greatest stuff in the world. But you can't bring it around me because, they come in those little packages. Mm-hmm. It doesn't last.
Have you ever heard of Noble Springs Dairy Goats?
I have not.
They have some of the best cheese.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a big fan. And I think we need to talk about that. The agriculture sectors, so often we think about, in this part of the world, grain producers. You're surrounded by soybeans and corn here, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. And of course, we have a very wonderful, thriving cattle industry. But we've got so many other commodity groups, and the goats and the sheep and the bees, and just I won't even try to name them all. There's so many out there that are so good and so beneficial to us as consumers and to the industry itself. You're part of that, young lady. Just laid a little surprise on you there, didn't I?
Do you want me to talk about ADGA?
What is ADGA?
So ADGA is the American Dairy Goat Association.
Yes, please do.
Yes, okay, so...
Hey, in case you can't see it, but man, she just popped a big smile when she said that. So this must be good.
Yeah, so ADGA is what we're registered by. So I raise registered Nigerian dwarf dairy goats, and that's what we show under. So State Fair, the dairy goat part, was a ADGA sanctioned show.
Great. Are they all ADGA? Did I say that right?
Yes.
Are they all sanctioned by them?
Yes.
Except
some county fairs.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Tell me why it's good.
So the main goal is for me to win nationals, but little goals here and there is to finish a bunch of does, which they need 3 legs to be a finished champion, and I have 1 finished buck. His name's Cedric.
Cedric. Mm-hmm. Now, I've seen like rams when you're talking about sheep. Mm-hmm. The guys are sometimes they're a little bit pushy.
Mine aren't. I have 1.
Good.
I have 1 that's a little pushy.
Tell me his name again.
Cedric.
Cedric. Is Cedric a nice one?
Yes, he's super sweet.
Good. Sounds like you're having a whole lot of fun doing this. I wish, we need to start doing video of these podcasts because Montana has not stopped smiling since we started talking about this. And you can tell that this is a big deal for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're starting a TikTok account, and we're going to do podcasts and videos around the farm and stuff.
Well, now you're a pro at it.
Yeah.
You've just done a podcast. How's that make you feel?
Great.
Yeah. Well, she kind of rolled her eyes when she said that.
It's Mom's idea, not mine.
Well, it'll be fun. It will be fun. And that's the thing now. I'm an old print guy. There's all this podcast and video stuff. It's all new to me. I still miss my film camera. So anyway, we're going to take pictures today. And we're not using film cameras, by the way. But it's been so good to talk to you, Montana. You are an amazing person. And I know the future looks bright for you. And I expect to see you at all these shows now. And win, lose, or draw, whatever the case may be, I'm sure you're going to have fun. But I do know now that if I go to a show and talk to her and she's not saying much, then she probably did not win that one. So But I suspect she's going to win more than not. So I wish you well at North American.
Okay, thank you.
And I will come see you at North American. And
hopefully I'll be really talkative.
Yes, I expect you to be. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And it's been so good to have you on the podcast today.
It's good having you here.
Well, thanks for joining us. And let's go take a few photos.
Okay.
All right.